let's move on to Xfinity race. AJ Allmendinger. Allgaier and Mayer came up short trying to win the championship for Junior Motorsports. I saw Allgaier at the end of this race last year. Walked up to him, and, man, we were both heartbroken, right? And I told him, I said, let's not do that again. We're going to win this year. We're not going to do – we're going to be standing there on pit road trying not to cry. We don't win. Cole Custer wins, a deserving champion. Cole back down in the Xfinity Series after a little short stint in the Cup Series, trying to prove that he belongs in the Cup Series, and he goes out there and gets it done. I walked up to Allgaier, and I said, man, I'll tell you, I don't feel like as heartbroken as I did last year. And he goes, yeah, I don't either. We're not going to stand here and pout. And I said, I feel like we put up a good fight for it. We weren't good enough. He goes, yep, I feel the same way. We raced them hard. We had a shot, and we just didn't get it done. And so looking ahead to 2024, man, we've got a lot to be excited about. We're going to make some changes, trying to improve a couple cars. Brandon Jones, I think, can run a lot better than he ran this past year. I know he's a race winner. It's my job and our job at Junior Motorsports to try to give him everything he can to compete, and I felt like we didn't meet that goal this year. So going to do some things to try to get him better. We want to, we're trying to, bring in Sammy Smith, and he, I think, did some great things at the end of the year that I was happy to see. Some speed, qualifying well, and racing well in a few events there. He's 19, got a lot to learn, but I think people will be, give us about 2.5 years with Sammy and see where we are. And then, Josh Berry spent over a decade with us racing in the late models, winning over 100 races, track championships at multiple places, Cars Tour Championship, the national title. I never dreamed in my life that I would ever win a national title at the regional division or the regional level. And Josh got that for us. One of my more prouder trophies that we have. And so, right here in this office or right here in this studio, we surprised Josh with his opportunities to race in the Xfinity Series. Just trying to get him 12 races was Herculean.
Yeah.
And then to be able to turn that into a full deal where he would go and win races and prove that he belonged. We had a rough year with Josh this year. I take a lot of responsibility for that. It's not a Josh Berry problem. It's just we all sit down in the off season and it's a puzzle, right? You put it together and you go, we're going to put these pieces together and this should work. We all sat there collectively and said, that looks like a good puzzle. And it just didn't bear the fruit. So, and I'm disappointed in that, and that will bother me for quite a while as Josh moves on to racing the Cup Series. I wish that we had done things differently, but it's, you put a team together, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it just doesn't. And for this particular year, it wasn't productive, but Josh moves on to racing the Cup Series, and I will forever be pulling for his success.
Same.
Yeah. And so now, starting immediately, we race against him. We're going to Florence in a couple weeks. I'm going to run my late model stock car. He'll be out there driving a Ford that Harvick owns, that Rodney's built. So when we race with him on the late model stocks, that'll be a lot of fun seeing him at the track and competing. And I'm sure he's going to smoke us, being as good as he is. But seeing him race on Sundays next year, I cannot wait to watch his progression, watch him learn, get better and better and better, right?
Did you talk to Sam Mayer after the race?
Sam was really sad, I thought. Look, when I walked up to Sam, it's hard to tell, but I walked up to Sam and I thought, man, he looks pretty heartbroken. But listening to his media comments afterwards, I was really proud of him. His interview post race got a lot of great positive criticism. I told Sam, standing next to the car after he got out, I said, let me remind you that no one thought you would be here. Nobody was going to put Sam Mayer in the championship 4. And you have came a hell of a long way as a driver from where you were at the start of the year, even halfway, even at the halfway point of the year. He has progressed. We get another year with him. Marty will be back as his crew chief, and he is maturing. He took a big leap forward in maturity just as a man, right? And he takes that inside the car with him. He ran a really good race. He had some moments during that race, not just at the end either, and some other points during restarts and so forth where the old Sam Mayer could have came out, and he could have knocked some people around, and honestly, been able to it would have been excusable because of his age and his past history, right? But there were a few times where I was really watching him close, and I'm like, that was good patience. That was smart. He didn't do, he didn't do the aggressive, inexperienced thing there. And so, and even at the end, that final restart, I think him and Justin both will run that back through their heads over and over. I bet they're upstairs right now in the competition meeting going over and over and over that final restart, what they could have and should have done. But again, Sam maybe could have done things a little differently, but, he didn't do something that he has to excuse or regret or explain away. So I'm excited for him. I'm glad that Justin and Justin's program should be as is going forward. So will Sam's. Those two cars made the Final Four. I think they'll go into next year and continue to improve and be even stronger. No reason why they can't try to both get back to the Final Four. We will work in the off season to try to give Brandon and Sammy Smith both the same opportunity. I'm looking forward to it.
A lot of potential.
Yeah,
a lot of potential there.